It's interesting that they say gaming in Alabama because I mean we don't have those gambling here.
I think they just passed a law to get a lottery in Alabama.
I know it was rumored, and I know people have been talking about it ever since I got down here in college. But
They've been trying to pass it. They've been trying to pass it ever since I was in high school, man.
you gonna play if they do?
Yeah.
I'll play every now and then. I'm not going like I usually just play whenever it gets like a billion or like real close to a billion. Because I mean that's when somebody gonna get a ticket.
Got to be in the game to win it, James.
But I mean, if it's so, the odds of you winning before then are a lot. I mean, obviously they're not really lower.
Yeah, you got to spend a lot of money in order to win.
But when it gets up there, they're not gonna let it get to $1 trillion. I'll say that.
Oh yeah, nah. But it is a very slight chance where like somebody goes in, buys one ticket, and then wins.
Mm-hmm.
It's not that often. Usually, somebody who wins a lottery has spent a good little couple hundred at least. So
I never did scratch offs, but I was like, you know what?
now that's my game.
You do scratch offs?
Mm-hmm.
Have you won like how much?
Nah,
what's the most?
I ain't won shit.
I feel like I mean, they're only like $2, so it's a lot of people. There's back when I was little.
There's some that are 20. There's some that are up above $2.
Why would anybody do? Okay, well, yeah. When I was younger, people used to always say, all that money that you put towards lottery tickets, you could be saving up $2.
Yeah.
And like when I was younger, I'm sure it was cheaper than because inflation now. So you mean to tell me people are literally out? And I guess you got to be real irresponsible with your money to spend considerable amounts that you should be saving.
You'd be surprised, because you got to think about it. Like you got to also think, well, you probably can fathom this more than I can, but like you got to think about the people who live in a place where like I just got to go to the gas station right up the street. They make a routine of going every Tuesday, every Thursday, getting some scratch offs.
That makes sense.
That $2 over time, that adds up.
And then if you get one scratch off that's like 500 or even 1,000, like that'll make up for the all the times that you've been going. So,
I think the most I've won is I broke even. That's about it. I spent like maybe $10, $15 and I won, I think like maybe $15 or $20.
Yeah.
I was like, I guess I didn't lose anything.
Sounds like me at the casino. Like most of the time I break even, but the last 2 times I went plus 100. All right, I'll stop here.
Did you win anything when we went to the casino in Chicago?
Yeah, I was plus 100.
I don't think I lost money. But I don't think I gained. I think I was like plus 40, maybe 40, 50. I don't think I won a lot, but I don't think I lost either.
Because I know when I got, 100, I saw y'all and I was like, how y'all doing? Y'all was like, no, we ain't won anything. And then like when we were leaving, oh, you got 40, somebody else had something. I was like, wait a minute. Just like that.
I hung in there, man. I kept playing the little. First off, I was deceived.
Okay.
Not because this was before when I went to Vegas. Mm-hmm. I was deceived because before that I had never been to a casino for real.
Right.
And so I always hear people talking about, oh, you gotta play the penny slots. So I was like, oh yeah, I'm just gonna stick to the penny slots because I ain't gotta spend a lot of money. I didn't know you gotta put a whole $1 in and then you gotta pay like 30 cents just to. I was like, but this is not a penny slot.
What's the point? Yeah.
I'm thinking, 1 penny, pool, 1 penny, pool. I was like, yeah, $5 is that's gonna be good enough.
Yeah. I went there once and I was like, all right, I think I was up maybe $4. And I was like, no, if I'm gonna make some substantial money, it's gonna take forever. Yeah. And I'll probably lose all my pennies before I can even get to a point where I'm satisfied. So no, I'm just quitting this.
I wanted to play when I went to Vegas. I wanted to play the blackjack table because I think it was like a $10 or $50 buy-in. I was like, that ain't too bad, but with nobody on the table, so I was like, that's not a good sign.
And then if the heart of the cards don't go your way, that $50 like it's just immediate. So like blackjack, in theory, it's an easy game. When you don't have money, it's easy. But then if you get in when, I guess it's around where the dealer is just like, hey, I'm just having my little run, all your little money's gone. Yeah.
Usually when I think of gambling, I think of like true gambling. I think about the roulette wheel because that's legit. You bet it all on a number or color, and you have no idea. Like, there's no like, well, because blackjack you can count the cards or you can do whatever. The penny machines, you can't make it win, but you can decide if you spin on whatever. But that roulette wheel, 60 on red, and you just gotta sit there and just.
I don't know how many numbers there are, but if I'm betting anything on a number, it's gonna be a dollar. That is not, the odds are just not in your favor, and I'm like you said, I'm just sticking with a color. Like that's and even though you don't win as much, I mean, I guess 50-50. So the question is, do you believe? So there's a school of thought where, let's say that you have three options. You pick option A, and it is not it's not the correct one. Let me see. So I forget how it goes, but anyway, so now you're left with two different options. And no, I'm sorry. Let me take that back. So there's three different options. You pick one. They open one that's not yours, but it is not like the winning thing. So according to science.
Oh yeah. Okay, hold on. Because I'm trying to. So are we visualizing like doors?
Yeah. Let's say Price is Right.
I'm trying to. Okay, I got you. So there's three doors, three options.
So Price is Right, Mr. Barker. Bob Barker. He say pick a door. You pick the one on the right. So there's like, all right, that's yours. We can open the one on the left. Then it's a dud. It's like trash. It's like, okay, so you could have possibly picked the correct door. It could be that one on the right, or it could be the one in the middle. So there is a science. I don't know if it's the science, like if it's been studied, but there's a rumor that science says that you should switch your pick, because if you do, it increases your odds to get the right one if you switch your pick.
I don't understand that.
I thought that was very. I was hoping that maybe you heard it and that you believed it and you could explain it to me.
I don't. That doesn't make sense to me.
It doesn't make sense to me either. Because I know. So the only thing I can think of is there's the theory, I think, of not relativity, but I don't know. It's where if you look at something, then if you don't look at it, then it's like it can be infinite possibilities of whatever it can be, and then when you look at it, it actually coalesces into what you see it as.
I thought you was going to say something different. I thought you were gonna. I don't know why. This doesn't make sense to what we're talking about. But I thought you were going to say like it's the theory where like if you look at something, it's progressing, but if you don't look at it, it stops.
Like water boiling.
Something like that. Yeah, something like that.
I think when I'm thinking of Super Business, because I'm thinking of the Teen Titans Go episode. I don't want to. We don't have to get into that. But anyway, so I guess they're saying like now that you've seen this third option, that doesn't make any sense. I don't know. I'm trying to make sense of it, but it doesn't make sense.
It doesn't, because like if anything, the odds of me winning have increased because that's not obviously not a winner. So it's like now my odds so it's like
exactly you go from 33% to 50%.
Yeah,
it's still like you still. Just because that's not yours, don't mean that one is.
No, I don't understand that, James.
Okay, I was hoping that you can convince
me. I got nothing for you, because it's like if there's three options, and I pick this one, and they reveal that one, and that's wrong answer.
I'm still in the game.
Now I'm like, I may have picked the right door.
Yep.
I guess. No, I thought I had something, but I don't know. I got nothing, man.
Oh, since we're on the subject, I just saw a post somewhere that they said if you are flipping a coin 10 times, the first 9 times you flip it and it's tails, human nature is going to say this 10th time is going to be heads. Like you are not 100% sure there's going to be heads because there's still the possibility that it could be tails, but it's been tails 9 times, so if I flip it this time, it should be heads. Which you,
I was gonna say something, but it's gonna ruin you. It's gonna ruin you, man.
You gonna pick tails, right?
No.
Okay.
That's not what I was gonna say. Unless you're Master Chief, because the second season of Halo, he flipped a coin 8 or 9 times and he made it heads because he's special.
That's why I'm not watching that stuff.
They legit have a story. Well, it's not a storyline, but there's a part of the episode where he's trying to figure out why he's so special. And there was a story about how when he was a kid, he flipped his coin and it came up heads every time, and he just thought, oh, because it was just whatever. It was just so he was talking to this chick, and she's like, "Were you just lucky, or did you make it? Did you make it turn up heads every time?" And he was just like, "Oh, what you talking about?"
He's a Jedi now. Oh my goodness. Okay, he's got superpowers.
It wasn't trying to say that he had like. It wasn't trying to suggest he has powers, but it's just like.
You make your own luck.
Yeah, like you're special for a reason or whatever.
Like Domino from Deadpool.
I'm saying she's not coming back though.
And it doesn't mean that she made her own lucky. She's just lucky. So, but then again, if you purposefully do something, so okay, I'm about to. So if you purposefully do something, knowing that luck is going to be in your favor, is that making your own luck?
I don't. Because I can see an argument for both sides, so I don't know. Like I can see an argument of being yes, because if you're purposely doing something, knowing your luck is going to go the opposite way, yes. However, I could also see an argument where it's kind of like no, because there's no guarantee. I don't know. I can see. I don't know.
There's a character called Longshot, and he has like probability fields as like but he's not a human, he's like an android, and he has 4 fingers, I believe. Anyway, so his power is kind of like I will say Deadpool Dominoes. Like if he does not try, but the thing is, if he doesn't try to skew the luck to his favor, then it works. Mm-hmm. But if he like goes to like a casino and like plays roulette, like, oh, I'm lucky, luck is usually on my side, and then it's not gonna work.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I'm not gonna say Domino's power is trash, but it looked nice in the movie.
So to go back to what you said, because I don't want to make it seem like I'm ignoring you, but you said that you or said that she's not coming back. Was it announced that she's? And I'm not saying that they could be hiding it, because they have no need to hide it.
Yeah.
They announced all these other people, but was there something that said that she's not going to be in it?
No, I mean, I just haven't, because to your point, like, she was in the second one, so why hide the fact that she's coming back? So, but you haven't seen her in anything, so.
The sad thing is, like, I'm thinking about the trailer where they were all in his apartment, or and. Mm-hmm. And I'm trying to force her in there. Like, I saw her, but I can't say for sure.
She wasn't.
Okay.
The only reason I know is because I just watched like a breakdown in the trailer not too long ago. She wasn't in it.
Okay.
So, but that's what I'm saying. Like, she could very well be in the movie at some point in time, but just based on trailers and promotion and stuff like that, she's not there. So.
Yeah. So. When it comes to like other kind of superpowers, sure, yeah, luck isn't very, I guess I was gonna say cinematic. Obviously, it was fun watching it, but it's not as grandiose as like reality warping or exploding things. But when it comes to just like regular human beings, I mean, I'd take it.
I mean, I'd take it too. I mean, it's just because, like you said, because before I saw Deadpool 2. When I heard, because I knew about Domino before Deadpool 2, but like to hear about somebody's power being that it's a luck or whatever, it's like, okay, how's that gonna play out in the movie? But then when you see it, it's like, okay, cool. Same with old buddy from Suicide Squad. His power is he throws polka dots. What is that gonna look like? But it actually looked pretty cool.
Right.
I'm like, I guess if you do it right.
To me, he was the best part of the whole
But was it because of his power, or was it because of his storyline?
It definitely wasn't because of his power. You know what? I take that back, because I think the throwing up the polka dots, like I don't want to say they did it too much, because they didn't do it that much, but it was, I don't know. He just, I don't want to say the comedy, because it's not like he was comedic timing.
He was light.
I
He was
enjoyed
light part. He was a good character, but like I feel like the power set didn't make him a great character. It just added to it, because I think it was a combination of him just a natural charismatic person on top of the story. Like you can find it out about like his mom and how kind of his backstory, stuff like that. It just made him kind of a compelling person. Then you see him throw polka dots, and it's like.
Of all the different powers on there, I can't. I know the detachable kid with the arms that came apart.
Yeah, I'm glad they got rid of him.
Yeah. I can't think of anybody else that had any special powers. So I mean, being able to throw polka dots that can, I want to say melt. Like those powers were better than the other ones.
Better than Weasel?
Yes. Weasel's power is that it drowns.
Javelin was alright.
Actually, Weasel survived.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
Javelin was okay.
So, okay, I remember Javelin, and there was something going on with the spear. I know, what's her name? Harley. Mm-hmm. So what was his power?
I have no idea.
Okay.
I just wanted to bring him up. He was alright.
And I think the actor was like, it wasn't just a nobody. I can't think of who the actor was.
He's a German actor. He was in the I think it was Pitch Perfect 3 or Pitch Perfect 2. He played one of the German singers in like this what are they called?
Acapella group?
Yes. So he was like one of the like main protagonists in that one. I want to say it was 3 because I think that's the international one, because they had like this battle between like Germany. It was like an international competition or whatever. No, it was 2, because 3 was when they did the military tour. So yeah.
So watching those movies, the part that kind of, I don't want to say upset or pissed me off, but I didn't like was, I could shut your mouth. I could this, I could that. And I'm like, James, I mean, technically, you probably shouldn't be watching this movie anyway. This movie isn't made for you. So I was like, all right, just let it go.
Why is it not made for you, James?
It's for like, I don't want to say little girls, but.
I loved them.
I liked them too. I won't say
but you said they weren't made for you, so
I know the target audience. I'll say that.
Nah, I get you.
Yeah.
I don't think it was targeted for like little girls.
Probably just.
I would say it's targeted for like music people and like people who are just in that world per se.
Yeah. But
there was also a target for a younger audience as well.
Yeah.
It's kind of the same thing with the Santa Claus show.
Still haven't seen it.
I love that show, but obviously I'm not the target audience.
Yeah.
But do I love the show? Yes.
Of all the Pitch Perfect movies, so Esther Dean, and I know she's done things before the movie, she's written or whatever, did background vocals. But we got Drop It Low, which I don't like repetition. So while it was out, I was enjoying it, but I cannot listen to that song anymore. And then, the Snoop Dogg, Anna Kendrick, Here Comes Santa Claus mashup. I like that one.
I'm going to go back and listen to these. You know how long it's been since I watched those Pitch Perfect movies?
It's been a while.
It's been a minute.
Yeah. I don't know if that's one of those movies that you watch more than once. Like, I watched it once. That's good enough.
I've watched them more than once. I just haven't watched them in a while. Well, I watched 1 and 2 more than once. The third one I haven't watched that often. Because the third was when they brought in Keegan-Michael Key. Because he played like her boss or whatever at like this radio or studio that she worked at. Yep. So yeah, I don't know. Good movies though. I like them.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, I was just gonna say, but then again, I'm a music, because I've watched every episode of Glee as well. So
yep, I missed that. I didn't watch High School Musical.
Oh no, I check out on High School Musical. That was a little bit much for me.
Okay.
When I saw them have the music video with the basketball, I was like, I'll check out. I'm done. Cause see, the thing about Glee was, so the difference between Glee and High School Musical. Glee was, granted they did like dance breaks and stuff like that, but it was in the confines of, this is a part of this competition, or like we're a music club at a school. High School Musical is, we're playing basketball and we're just gonna break out into a day. Like, why?
It's like musicals for random moments in life.
Yeah, it's like at least with Glee, it was like, okay, they had a musical because they're performing this number or they're practicing for a competition, and somebody, they had songs that break out like throughout the regular part of the show too, but the main part of it was because like they're in the music room, or they're preparing for something. High School Musical is like, hey, we're in the cafeteria, song.
Hey, I'm on the toilet. Here's a good time to debut my number 2 song. You ready for it? The bathroom I must go. The bathroom I must go. To do number 2. The bathroom I must go.
Says the person who has like repetition.
But I mean, it's got like a little difference at the end.
Just messing with you. But that's just me though. I don't know.
There's another part I can't remember right now. There's actually 3. I completely forgot the third one.
It was a TV show too. It was a High School Musical TV show.
Oh yeah, I know about that.
It's a TV show about a high school that watched High School Musical.
TV show about a high school?
Not a real high school, but
Right.
like a fictional high school that they were fans of the movie High School Musical.
So they decided to imitate it?
I don't think they decided to imitate. I just think they like did their own version. I just remember when it first came out, I heard what it was about, and I was like, that's just too complicated.
Yeah.
Just why? Why are you doing this?
Oh shoot. Oh shoot. Oh shoot. I've got to poop. There's more repetition.
Okay.
All right.
All right, James.
That's what I actually used to sing back in, not out loud, but in my head. But it was like the cursing version.
So you had a poop song?
Mm-hmm. I really thought, like that's one.
I got no comment.
We've
man.
had conversations about this that everybody can relate to doing number 2.
This is true, but I have no comment.
I was gonna have the intro be the count from Sesame Street. Here it is, the number 2, and it was gonna like go into the beat. I had plans.
I got nothing, man.
If you want to hear the song, if you want me to put it together, leave a comment. Let me know. Send me a message.
I got no comment.
Nope.
None whatsoever.
You can sing. You can sing the hook.
I'm fine.
Nope.
I will opt out of that too.
Huh?
I would opt out of that number 2. I will pass on the number 2.
It'll be a song about the number 2 with 2 guys. That's all the number 2s I got. A twofer.
All I got to say to that song is deuces.
We can record on Tuesday.
At 2 o'clock?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. On February 2nd. February 22nd.
Speaking of numbers, I'm just gonna move the conversation away. So, Kendrick Lamar dropped a diss track with the date of Father's Day on it.
Okay. I know. So this was after Euphoria because I know he dropped one right after it, and I didn't listen to it yet.
Yeah, he dropped it today.
Okay.
It's called Back to Back, and it has like the Father's Day date, like 6, whatever the date is. For
That's
Father's
the third
Day.
one, isn't it? Because he just made one before. Okay, go ahead.
Well, technically it's the third one, but it's the second one, but it's the third one. Because the first one was Like That with him and Metro Boomin. So then J. Cole responded and then apologized. And then Drake did 2, one with the AI, which he had to take down. And then Kendrick did 1, and then he did another one today.
I thought there was one between there. I could be wrong.
So, but yeah. No, Kendrick, he only did 2.
Okay.
Because the first one was 6 minutes, and then this one was like 3 minutes and some change.
Okay. I'm gonna have to listen to that. So you brought it up for? Did you listen to it?
Yeah, I listened to it. As in comparison to, I keep Euphoria. I was drawing a blank. In comparison to Euphoria, it's not as like what's the word? It's a good song, but it's not as like jaw dropping as Euphoria. Like it doesn't have as many like oh snap moments.
Right.
But because Euphoria is pretty much him talking about how like he hates Drake and he don't want to hear him say the N word anymore.
Yep.
But in this one, he's pretty much being like, hey, before you even worry about me, you got people in your own camp who want to see you lose.
So that is the one that I heard. Okay, so I guess I just didn't either it was titled something incorrectly or I didn't know the title. But yeah, I think I heard that one.
Yeah, so it was pretty much just him like, hey man, you got people you can worry about in your own camp. So it wasn't even like a diss per se. It was more so kind of like, hey, watch your, like, you coming for me, and you know I don't, but you need to watch your own people because
I could be wrong, but somebody said that one of the people in the OVO camp is, I won't say friends. I would assume that he's friends. He's with, he knows, at least knows Kendrick Lamar, and he told him that he helped write something on the AI. Maybe I don't know. Either way it go, I personally think the AI song and push-ups were kind of mid. So maybe that was on purpose. He wrote that crap verse so Kendrick could tear him apart. He playing chess.
I don't think so. I only heard the AI version one time, and I don't remember the AI verses like that for real.
The first time I didn't even make it to Snoop Dogg. The second time I was like, all right, I'm gonna listen to this whole thing. And Drake was at the end. I was like, oh shoot, Drake's. I mean, I'm sure but yeah, he was like as Drake was rapping on at the end.
I don't know. I just like, I'm not gonna lie. Like when Drake dropped his diss, "Drop It, Give Me 50," I was like, okay, all right, Drake, I hear you. And then we dropped the one with the AI, and it's like, what are we doing now?
It doesn't help that the Tupac verse sounded weird. Like his voice was a little weird. It definitely sounded not mechanical, but like a computerized. Snoop Dogg was more realistic, but
For me, it's just the whole point of you using AI when you're dissing somebody. Like, why?
and not only that, like I can understand the creativity behind it. Two West Coast rappers and Kendrick's West Coast. I can understand that. Like you're not living up to our what's not standard. I guess it is standard. But with everything that's going on with AI, the whole writer strike and all this stuff, and movies going on strike and people concerned that AI is taking over. I'm not saying that it's out of touch to use it because that's like, I mean, I guess AI could affect the music industry, but why do that?
I don't know, man. I think it's what you said. He was just trying to use two West Coast rappers to diss Kendrick. That's purely what it probably was. But it was I don't want AI in my rap beef, man.
And I personally haven't heard anybody say anything like, oh, he shouldn't be using AI. It's like, okay, we've been fighting AI this whole time, but now because it's Drake, it's okay.
Well, you got to take it down.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, because the Tupac family basically, I don't know if they did legally, but I just know they didn't like it, so he had to take it down.
I agree. I would have did the same thing. Like we have, and I mean, I'm not saying that anybody's going to believe it's actually Tupac, but it's just the principle,
Yeah. No, I mean, it's, knowing the internet, it's probably still up on the internet by somebody else. But as far as like Drake's, whatever he uses to put up, he had to take it out.
Yeah.
Somebody obviously could just like re-release it on YouTube and put it, hey, Tupac.
Somebody downloaded it, and I'm pretty sure all the people who reports on music stuff download every soundbite, every news article, every song that they hear, just so they'll have it and they can put it in whatever video. Even though you do still have to be careful about copyright stuff, but this diss track stuff, I won't say all of it because the Metro Boomin song is an official song, but push-ups and the AI push-ups might be a real song, but the AI one, like I'm pretty sure you can't copyright that.
How do you feel about rap beef in general? Like, are you a fan of rap beef? Do you really care, or is it just something to listen to?
I'm indifferent. It's nice. Me, I don't follow rap as much as I used to. So knowing like, hey, click up 40 and all this stuff, like, I never really listened to E40, so I don't like that. Didn't hit me as much as other people did.
You talking about like when they say like certain references because you're not keeping up, you don't really kind of.
Right.
So I got you.
I will have to go to watch a video, and sometimes people be like, like, oh, we're breaking down this person's verses. And it's like clicking up with 40. Oh, that was not. You didn't tell me where he got it. What does it mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. But I'm with the rap beef. Obviously, I mean, it would be stupid to shoot somebody over it. I mean, you're both just doing stuff in your craft, and sure, I mean, words can lead to fights, but
Yeah.
as far as killing somebody,
Because if anybody's legit gonna fight, it's probably gonna be Chris Brown and Quavo, because they rap like, because like the Kendrick, Drake, and at one point in time J. Cole, like I never took it like serious as far as like it was serious, but never serious to the point where I feel like one of them would hurt each other. But that Chris Brown and Quavo, I'm like, I don't know, like they probably gonna come to blows at some point in time.
that rap beef was kind of makes me think about high school when people just getting on each other, like the Kendrick Lamar and Drake thing is more like this seems like rap, but Chris Brown, I didn't hear the Quavo, but what Chris Brown said, it just seemed like he was like man, I'm at your face, you F your family, I'm ready to go down. Let's throw that.
When he told that man, everybody you died instead of Takeoff.
Like that's more than music right there.
I was like, that's why. Hey man, because Quavo was Quavo.
I don't really.
Let's just say that.
I'm not a fan of the Migos, so I didn't care about Quavo. Even though I probably should at least listen to it once.
I'm a fan of the Migos together, but when they separated and Takeoff and all them did their own separate things, I was like, I'm okay.
Yeah.
But at the same time, like I think with Quavo, because he's separated from, well, they all separated from each other.
Yeah.
And Quavo went and did his solo album. He still had the other Migos on there. So it's like, it's still a Migos album,
Right.
but it's not a Migos album.
I guess because he was when you start as a group, you sign under this one record label, but if you go do something separately on your own, then you can go under a separate. So it's like if we go do this under my name, we can split the money differently. Like it's different.
So it's like Spider-Man showing up in the Avengers and then turn around and having his own movie, and Tony Stark shows up in his movie.
Exactly.
Got it.
It's not as big as the Avengers because I mean obviously everybody knows that's the big movie. But if you come over here, nope, that didn't work. But I'm gonna say this.
I saw you shoot it down in your mind as you were saying. He was like, "Because you in the mid." Yeah. No.
So I do want to. So I will. This is going to be maybe. I won't say controversial. I don't think it's going to be controversial, but I don't think anybody's going to agree with me. Mm-hmm. When Kendrick Lamar first came out with "Like That," I was like, okay. And then J. Cole came out with his, and I was underwhelmed, and I was like, this don't feel real. And I'm not saying that it isn't real, but I'm just like, it doesn't feel like this is actually legit beef. Because it feels like it came out of nowhere. I did watch a video about, things leading up to it. And
I feel the same way.
Yeah, like I remember back in the day, it was Cameron came out and said that Jim Jones said, hey, let's fake a rap beef and, to get sales. Mm-hmm. I feel like this, I mean, I don't think they're doing it for sales, but
I don't think they needed to do it.
No, but it don't feel real. It just don't.
No, I get what you're saying because like when I first heard the Metro Boomin album, and I listened to Like That, and Kendrick verse came up because I had heard First Person Shooter. Mm-hmm. So when J. Cole made the line about the big three or whatever, I just took it as like, oh, they just he just recognizing it's us three at the top, like this is what it is with Three Kings, whatever.
Exactly.
So then when Kendrick came out and he was like, yeah, F a big three, it's just big me. I was like, whoa. I mean, I was hyped because it was like, oh, but at the same time, I'm like, well, but why?
Yeah, he didn't come at you.
Like, what? Why are you saying these things, Kendrick?
If anything, he said you're a great musician. I was gonna say magician. He just said you're a great
a musician?
You're good at what you do.
You're a great artist?
Thank you. Jeez. I can say musician. I don't know why I had so much trouble.
Have you seen that clip of who Suki with the good coochie is? I think that's her name.
No. Like I think I looked her up once, but I didn't care.
So she's a rapper.
Okay.
I don't know if she started off as a rapper, but she's on like reality shows and stuff like that.
I think you may have shown it to me once.
So there's this clip of her doing an interview with this little. So you know the little dry white chick.
Dry white.
Yeah, so it's this young white chick doing like she's interviewing like different like celebrities, but like she's like super dry. She was like, yeah, you know, so it's like she doesn't give off a lot of energy. She just whatever. So there's a clip of her and Suki, and like she was yeah, I can't remember word for word, but basically she was asking Suki about how does it feel to be a musician, and Suki was like, I ain't no musician. She was like, but you make music, right? That's what a musician is. She was like, what you call me? A music? I know. It's like you have to see it, Jay. Like I was just like, what do you think she said?
Translation, was it communication barrier?
I was like, oh.
I'm guessing she thought magician.
And like, cause you don't know because the white girl's so dry. It's like she's trying to explain, but it's just like. Yeah, it's like she's. I was like, explain it to her. You know, you make music. It's a music. I know a musician.
I'm about to look it up.
I think where the disconnect was. I think she was thinking musician in the sense of like I play instruments, but I don't do that. But like. A rapper is still a musician to a certain degree. It's not like a legit musician, but you still are making music.
I think your voice is categorized as an instrument.
It is.
Yeah. Even if you're not singing, I don't know. It's just it's so weird. I'm not.
That's why I said. That's why I didn't say. That's why I hesitated. Like, because if you're not singing, you're technically doing like spoken word. Over beats, so like, is that technically using your voice as an instrument? I don't know.
I just call her MC. You're an MC. How about that? I don't think she know what that is either.
I don't know. I have to show you a clip. It's just I don't know. But anyways, I get what you're saying. Like it caught me off guard too. But now I'm in it, and I'm like. But to your point as well. Like, do I really care about rap beef? I think I'm only invested in this one more so than the Quavo and Chris Brown one because it's kind of like I like J. Cole, I like Drake, I like Kendrick. I feel like they're all great artists, great rappers. So it's like it only makes for great diss tracks.
Yeah.
You know, so I'm just like, okay, let's hear what y'all got to say.
So I think we had this conversation before, but the thing about diss tracks that I don't like or I wouldn't want, and obviously CDs aren't a thing anymore, but we can still call them albums, is when you put a diss track on the album, it makes it, I won't say timely, but in my eyes, an album, if it's going to be a classic, it should be timeless. So no matter when you play it, it should have some kind of relevance. And if I'm just, and sure, you can always say, well, this is historic because back then, they had this beef, blah, 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 blah. So that can contribute to the not history, but the content, no? Anyway, it can contribute to the classic. It can contribute to the standing of the CD. Goodness, I am so bad at words
It's all good, man. I mean, but I get you because I feel like a lot of people go back and listen to Ether that often either.
I don't think any, like that whole album. Like, the only time anybody will listen to the album is for Got Yourself a Gun in Ether.
I don't know. I just don't hear people saying like, man, I was just listening to Ether the other day. I'm just like, why? I mean, I'm not saying it's a horrible song, but like, it's a diss track. I'm just kind of like, why did you just go back and listen to that? But
when people, when people do talk about diss tracks, the ones I think of is Who Shot You, Ether, and Takeover by I was about to say Hova. Wow. Jay-Z, I think it's Takeover. Yeah, those are the ones that I always hear.
But that's what I'm saying. Like but that makes sense if you're talking about diss tracks. I'm talking about like people just
listen.
Like just listening to talking. I'm just gonna go listen to Ether just because I feel like listening to Nas.
Exactly. So I'm like, if I'm gonna drop it, we can do a mixtape. We can just do a one-off. But if I'm making an album, I got it's for my album.
Yes.
Yeah.
Let me ask you this question since we talk about it, and then we can move on if you want to. But like, Something Kendrick said in the first in Euphoria, I think is what it was. I can't remember the exact phrasing of it, but essentially he was basically saying that Drake doesn't have a classic album.
Yes. Oh, okay. No, that was Kanye. So, did you hear the Kanye West diss track?
I think I sent it to. I didn't really listen to it though. I mean, I started to, but I didn't even listen to the whole thing.
So I know he said I can't think of one Drake line, and J Cole get the pussy dry. But anyway, I mean, as far as I know, all women I won't say no. Yeah, all women I know like J Cole. They mess with J Cole. Mm-hmm. So I don't know about that Kanye. But as far as Kendrick, I can. So here I go.
All right, walk me through it.
I know this line. What I'm about to say is not correct, but that's just how I feel.
I mean, it's your opinion. I can't disagree with your opinion.
I am not the target audience for Drake music. He's so. Is he the reason for this soft guy era? Like, is it him?
I don't think so.
Okay,
but all his music isn't soft though.
Then he's a fake hard. I don't see that this man.
Well, that's part of something else Kendrick said in Euphoria. It was like when you try to be hard, it doesn't fit. Like, just stick to the melodic. He said, "I like the melodic Drake."
Yeah, he went on an interview with somebody. I don't, but he was like, yeah, he was talking about somebody dissed him. He was like, yeah, those were some really harsh words. I was like, okay, Drake. All right. All right.
But do you think he has a classic album now?
I checked out after. So the albums that I would, because I know I can't think of any. Like, I honestly can't think of many.
Well, why you look at it? Because here's how I look at it. And I had this conversation with Veronica because she's a Drake fan, which to her she really could care less about all this. She's just still gonna listen to Drake. Yeah. But like I asked her, I was like. Which I already knew her answer was going to be, yeah, she likes his albums. Right. But like I asked her, I was like, in all honesty, like, when you think about it, when you listen and you talk to other people about Drake, like, do you hear, like, when I listen to other hip-hop outlets, there's never a mention of Drake there's never a mention of, like, one out, like, everybody, like I told her, everybody, when it comes to Kanye, no matter how you feel about Kanye now, everybody reveres the early Kanye, like the College Dropout. Like, everybody's like, I like that Kanye because that's a great album. Yeah. I don't hear too many people being like that one Drake album. I don't hear that. Yeah. Like, I hear, he has great songs. He's a great artist. Like, he's a great rapper. He has good analogies or metaphors, whatever you want to call them. But I have never heard anybody just like, yeah, that Take Care album. That's it for me.
So I have only heard people talk about views. If you're reading this, you're too late.
But in what regard, though?
Exactly. Like, never for classics. So the only albums that I've listened to were So Far Gone. That was that Houston, Atlanta, Vegas, so successful. Mm-hmm. Take Care, Nothing Was the Same, and Thank Me Later. I cannot differentiate between Thank Me Later and Take Care. I know Rihanna was on the song Take Care.
Oh, I can't tell you the difference between any of them.
So, no, I personally don't think he has a classic album, but I could see a lot of women saying, they may not use the word classic, but they'll be like, I can listen to this album like straight through without skipping.
Yeah, I can see that being a conversation, but like, that's still like one demographic, though.
That's why I can't say classic, because classic should be universal. Like,
it should be everybody can point to this album. Like, for instance, okay, as much as I'm not a fan of Nicki Minaj, I can see an argument for Pink Friday being a classic album from Nicki Minaj. Even though like I've never really heard it, everybody usually goes back to Pink Friday because even she knows it, because that's why she kept re-releasing it. And like
Pink Friday too.
Yeah, so it's like even she knows this was like my prime album, but I can't when it comes to like, because even with Kendrick, most people consider, was it To Pimp a Butterfly? Mm-hmm. It's either that one or what's the one with the picture of the car on the album?
Good Kid, Mad City.
That's usually considered to be like his classic album.
Yep, most definitely. Like people, and I know I've heard people say it, and I think everybody can agree. Even though I personally like the production wasn't my kind of thing, but I can understand people saying that's a classic album. That one has people talking.
But that's the thing. Even if you don't like it, you hear everybody talking about it.
Yep.
Even though I'm not a big Drake fan, I don't hear a lot of Drake people or just people in general talking about like that one Drake album.
Yep. Yep. Shoot, I was gonna say something else, and I was Drake. Anyway, I think I'm gonna forget it.
It's all good, cause I think J. Cole's classic album to me would be his first one.
Mm-hmm. Cold War.
Yes, I was drawing a blank on it.
And so I've heard enough people talk about 2014 Forest Hills.
I was just gonna say that's probably the other one I would say.
That if it's not classic now, people might like go back and say, you know what? Yeah. I think that's it might get classic status after the fact. But yeah, I can agree with those two.
I don't know. I was just curious because like when he said the line, I thought about. Oh, you remember what you was at?
Yeah. Go ahead. I remember.
You good?
Okay. So we were talking about Pink Friday and Pink Friday 2. People may not agree because I mean the title of an album is just the title of an album, but I'm going to point directly to the Marshall Mathers LP and the Marshall Mathers LP 2. They were released so far apart that sure they might have the same name, and sure this is kind of you saying, hey, I consider this to be just as good as this one. But in my eyes, you should not be releasing, something just as a namesake if it has nothing to do with it. And sure, like there's some skits that kind of, flowed from the first one. But to me, you weren't in the same headspace. You're not rapping the same. It's not the same vibe. It's nothing about this is giving me the same vibe as the first one. So there should be one of two things. If you're gonna like make a sequel to an album, this album should be the very next album that you make, and you're just riding that same high, using the same inspiration, all that stuff. Or the second album should be tracks that didn't make it to the first album, and it's like you're recording these tracks and they may not be good enough. Who knows? But it's literally kind of the same thing because it's coming from the same place.
They should be connected basically in some form and fashion.
Exactly. So Pink Friday 2, I haven't listened to like the whole Pink Friday. I haven't listened to any of Pink Friday 2, so I can't speak on how much they intersect. But that's just my opinion. I personally think the Marshall Mathers LP 2 should be titled something completely different because it's all. I'm not saying you're taking away from the first one because it's already been done. It's already a classic album, but you really messed up with that one. Just the name.
No, I get that. I mean, because the name when you name something, it definitely matters. Like this is related but not related. Like when it comes to like movie sequels, like sometimes I feel like the such and such 2 or such and such 3. It's like, all right, you got nothing else. Like Fast and Furious, yeah, they did the 1 through 5 or whatever, but then they got to the they got creative like fate of the so, okay, that's cool, but like we just gonna put the same name with a number 3 behind it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not that when it comes to movies, it's not that big of a deal because you got Lethal Weapon 4, which is probably one of my favorite Lethal Weapons, but it's still just Lethal Weapon 4.
Yeah.
Like even if it's like Lethal Weapon 4. We're not so lethal this time. Like a tagline, cool. But like if it's just Lethal Weapon 4, like, all right.
Then on the opposite end of that, you have Independence Day Resurgence.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean,
or Matrix Revolutions.
Yeah. Like that's it's not so. Those could just as well be Matrix 4 because this was uninspired.
Yeah. So I don't know. I mean, but at the same time, I do like it when you give it a different name.
Yeah.
But it's kind of still attached to the first one because it makes it feel like it's kind of a different movie, but it's a follow up to it, as opposed to just like it's just the same movie, but the fourth one of it. All right, cool. Like this, like when it like this, like we do like 2. Okay, I give that a pass. When you get past 2, it's like get creative, man.
Like PlayStation 2, PlayStation 3,
yeah,
PlayStation 4,
Xbox One, Xbox 360,
Series X.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
it makes it adds a little extra flavor to it.
Because I mean, I'm not a PlayStation hater. I don't consider myself a PlayStation hater. Like I don't have anything negative to say about the PlayStation. Like I can nitpick, but when it comes down to it, I enjoy PlayStations. I've loved them. You know, the only reason I went away from PlayStation is because the PlayStation 3 was like $600 as opposed to $500 for the Xbox 360. But you just said I was getting at something. Right, Xbox. Like And you know, it has been Josh. I guess people know who Josh is. He's been on here, but you know, he says that Xbox trying to be creative and think outside the box has been kind of to his detriment, which I disagree. I think you know,
disagree as well.
PlayStation came out before Xbox, so maybe people were just ingrained in PlayStation. But the fact that Xbox is willing to try things, I think is great.
Let me ask you this question. So, obviously, there are certain, I guess you'd call them battles or just like debates in the world, and the PlayStation, Xbox is one of those, just like iPhone and Android is one.
And then there's subtitle, dubbed, and sub for anime.
But if you were comparing the Xbox and PlayStation to iPhone and Android, which one would be the iPhone and the PlayStation and Xbox?
Oh, PlayStation and iPhone are very hand in hand. Like, so I will say that I have seen people, you know, they're not as gung-ho as PlayStation, but I have seen Xbox people be more gung-ho than they had been in the past. Yeah. I think it's because we know that we're outnumbered. That, you know, like when it comes down to it, we're going to lose any argument. But PlayStation is so the only thing about that, like, it's not a 1-to-1 comparison because iPhone, like there's many people out there who have demonstrated how Android has better features than an iPhone. And I'm not saying that, you know, iPhone is lesser, but they're up until this generation, Xbox has not had better features than the PlayStation. But when it just comes down to the fan base, you know, being not toxic, because they're not, that means like that's PlayStation fans being toxic to each other. So just them being gung-ho about PlayStation, it's the same. I get the same vibe as iPhone.
Yeah. Then you got the PC people coming out of nowhere.
Yes. Oh my goodness.
It's all about gaming computers.
Yep.
I spent $1,000 on this computer.
I can do whatever yours can do, but better.
And I'm not gonna lie, like I wish I could do, but it's just too much, man.
The thing, you can, like, so all of our controllers, like your Xbox controllers, they can connect to the computer and just work the same way.
But here's my thing, like that's true, very well, great point. But if I'm using a controller, I might as well just use a console.
That is very true. And people who play on the PlayStation, on the PC, are using keyboard and mouse.
Yeah, so like I feel like that's the like if you're going to be using a gaming PC, the purpose is to use the keyboard and mouse. If you're going to, I mean, granted, I understand, and I don't know, it's just my, you know, assumption that like maybe gaming PC's computing power is so much, or processing whatever is, you know, more than the Xbox or whatever. I don't know, but like if I'm doing all that just to use a controller, I'm just gonna use a console. It's just I don't see the point.
I agree.
But I part of me wants to be able to do the whole click it. It's just like when I watch people play Call of Duty on a PC, I was like, how? How do you do that?
I played Xbox on them, and the problem was, I say Xbox, played Halo on a computer. The problem was that for some reason, like my computer just would not let me down, and that's why people use Steam. It's a lot better. But I just could not download, the game, so I had to stream, and it was, even though we were all in the same apartment, I would freeze. It would like the textures would. It was so that's probably more. That says more about my computer than anything.
I don't know. Would you ever consider doing like a Twitch or a streaming thing?
You know what's funny is that I don't think I'd be made for it. I'm one, not that funny. Two, I stutter sometimes. But I have thought about making 2K videos, and I can edit. It has to be live. If you get to a point where you're big enough, then yeah, I mean they would expect you to go live at some point. But I have wanted to do YouTube videos about gaming.
I mean, I feel like if you did stream or if you did Twitch, like I feel like your stuttering could be part of your that's your people tune in because of that stutter. I mean, not in the whatever bad way, but just like they know that they expect it,
I mean, it could be like he's relatable, down to earth, just an everyday man, as opposed to all these people that made it big and they got this. They got their identity, and it's like you go to their channel. What's up, brother? I don't know if you know that person. Mm-mm. Okay. Or people that got like anime. Yeah. Yeah. I'm just a regular person.
Yeah, man. I say, hey. But the only issue is having the time.
Yeah. Listen. I've realized because doing church and churches, I gotta force time for this. But anyway, so I've realized that I don't really have a lot of time to do anything.
Yeah, because if you're doing like gaming and streaming, like you got to be doing it for at least a couple of hours a night.
Yep. I will say that I have been playing Starfield and I am loving it, and people have been crapping on the game. I played it once when it first came out. And, Bethesda games are known, Bethesda and BioWare games are known for having bugs and everything. So maybe
I didn't know that.
Maybe I jumped in after all the bugs were, but I'm really enjoying the game.
I haven't heard that about Bethesda. I mean, I've never heard of BioWare, but I've heard of Bethesda. I've never heard that about them, though, before.
Well, I guess you don't have to play the game to hear it. But I was going to say because, you don't play Fallout and Skyrim and
I was talking to a friend today, and she was, because her guy, or boyfriend, I don't want to say guy, but like a boyfriend, they, because yesterday was her birthday, and so we were texting, I was trying to make sure she didn't work on her birthday, because, you ain't got to work on his birthday. And she was like, her boyfriend had planned this trip to go somewhere, I can't remember, but like, she said her to do when they were playing Fallout New Vegas for a while, and then his friends came over, and then they wanted to play Magic together, so then they started playing that. Well, she didn't play, because she was like, she just watched, because she doesn't play, for real. And I was like, Fallout New Vegas, huh? You one of them? You one of them click, click, click peoples? Click, 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 click.
So I know that you watch me do VEX, that's what you call it, and Fallout 3.
Yeah.
But you don't have to play that way. You can choose to not use it.
So click, 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 click. That's all I remember from Fallout. Just click, 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 click. And then the whole little percentage thing of the body parts. That's all I could. That's my memory of Fallout.
I hate that for you. I'm sorry.
It is what it is, man. I still want to watch the show, even though I don't know much about it. It's on my list. I haven't watched it yet, though.
I think you really enjoy it.
How many episodes is it?
I want to say it's 8, because I know something is 7. Is a Baby Reindeer at 7? I think Baby Reindeer is 7.
Yeah.
But yeah, Fallout's 8.
Oh yeah, that'd be easy to watch there. Are they like an hour? Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, that's not bad. I can get through that pretty easily.
Have you started X-Men 97?
No, I still don't have Disney Plus. I do want to watch it because I saw a trailer for the new Doctor Who. I was like, on Disney Plus? This seems interesting.
You thinking about jumping in 38 years later?
I can, because Doctor Who's on Max. I may just go on there and watch it. I may go catch up.
That might, I don't know how far back I can go, but I don't think I'm gonna be able to watch the original.
I probably won't go back. I'll probably just jump in on the new show. I don't know. I've seen a few episodes of Doctor Who, but like not enough to know exactly what's going on. I've seen about the same amount of it as I've Walking Dead.
Okay.
I checked out the very first episode, second episode I watched of Walking Dead. The black dude died. I said, well,
yeah,
there's that.
They had some racist people in at the beginning though, and I mean I don't know if they do later on because I stopped season 5, but yeah, I really enjoyed seasons 1 and 2. 3 is when I started not liking it. Actually, I didn't like season 3 at all. And season 5 was when I was like, all right, I'm done.
I wanted to get back in it because everybody was so up in arms about, what's his name, Neve or whatever his name is?
Negan.
Mm-hmm. Everybody was like, oh, Negan's just, he's such a great character. I was like, I want to watch it. But I was like, it's on season 5. I don't want to I don't know nothing. I don't know anything about it.
I just watched the one scene they were talking about when he was, batting people's head.
I saw that scene, but I was like, I wanted to keep watching it, but I was like, I'm so lost. I don't know.
I mean, it kind of made him blow up for when he was in like movies, and then they put him in a Tekken game, Tekken 7.
Well, he was in Supernatural before that. He was John Winchester's dad in Supernatural.
Maybe I just need to watch, jump in the middle of the Supernatural show and be like, all right, all these actors played in other stuff. So this is where they came from. This is where they got their big break.
Yeah, supposedly Jensen Ackles is going to be the new Batman, or at least he wants to be Batman.
Who said they wanted to? It was a black guy that just came out. It wasn't Brian Tyree Henry.
Said they want to be Batman?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I know what's name tried out for Batman. He plays Reacher in the TV show.
Yeah, I think that's fan casting. I know a lot of fans want him to be.
Oh, apparently he tried out.
Who is this black guy that said he wanted to be Batman?
Is it a famous black guy?
Yeah, like it.
Michael B. Jordan.
No.
Daniel Kaluuya.
No. He's lighter. But he's
young or old?
In the middle. Goodness. I
don't know. I don't know, James.
Oh, I didn't clock out.
I don't know a lot of young black actors' names like that.
I'm just going to type in the title of the article.
I don't know. Jonathan Majors.
See? Oh, Winston Duke. Yeah. That's what it was.
I can see that.
He's big. Well, okay, so I Black Panther makes it seem like he's big. I don't know.
I was more so talking about like his character, yeah. Like his, like his likability. I can see that. I can see him being because of Black Panther, he has action chops, so like he can do the action and stuff like that.
Does he have an accent? I'm trying to remember him in Us. Did he have an accent in that movie?
No, I think he has one in real life. Or maybe I'm just thinking about another movie he played in.
Yeah.
But no, he didn't have one in Us. He was a regular American in Us.
But obviously, actors that can, like, there's some people who speak English so well. Like Tom, listen. When I watch Tom Holland in some of his movies, like, yeah, I can tell English isn't your first. Well, that's not what I'm trying to say. Language, I know what you're saying. But like, you
can tell he's playing he's doing an English accent.
Because like okay, I'm about to mess up a whole bunch of Tom Holland movies for you. So he'll be talking and this is a lot of his dialogue. I gave you a chance, and like he ends on a high note, and he'll it'll be a question. Mm-hmm. But you didn't want to take my offer, and it's like that's not how people talk.
I don't know. Have you seen the show Snowfall?
I started a episode,
but you know the main character though.
Idris something or
mm-hmm.
Yeah, Damson.
Damson Idris. He's British, but in the show he doesn't. He speaks English.
Was he like very early on in the first episode? Because I don't know if I got to the point where
he's in every episode.
But like was he at the beginning of the episode?
Oh, I don't remember.
It's been so long since I tried to watch it. Like it's been more than 2 years, so I can't remember if I actually saw him.
That's another show that's on my list. Like I've seen the first 3 seasons or so, but I haven't finished it. But I got to go back and finish it because it's ended now. It's over with. So it's on my list to go back and finish.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, he's. I mean, then you got Idris Elba, who obviously is not American.
Yeah.
Loki's not American either.
Yep.
Benedict Cumberbatch is not American.
I can tell Idris Elba is not American. I can tell.
Because he's black?
No. I don't know. And part of it could just be because I like Pacific Rim so much.
Oh, are you talking about John Boyega?
No. But Idris Elba, he's like the guy that was...
He was in Pacific Rim?
Mm-hmm.
Did he die?
I don't remember. But he was... I already don't think that he's, a great actor. And I'm like, yeah, this movie, you don't necessarily have to be... You just have to be hard-nosed.
Was it Pacific Rim? I actually like Pacific Rim.
I do, too.
I like both of them.
I was going to say, I didn't have a problem with I didn't have as much of a problem with the second one as a lot of other people. That's... Apparently, it was bad enough to the point they were like, all right, we're not going to do any more movies. I
think they made a TV show. It's like an animated show on Netflix. I think it's like Pacific Rim, something like that. Yeah. No, I haven't watched it yet, though.
That's the name of the second movie.
It's Pacific Rim something. Yeah. I haven't watched it yet, though. I don't know. I got to ask you. You know what I got to ask you, James?
No.
I'm taking a hard left. No transition.
All right.
You know what I got to ask you, man?
Oh, here we go.
You ready for it?
Not really, but go ahead.
You think the Knicks going all the way?
Oh, heck no. Heck no.
Do you think they got at least a chance?
No, I don't.
No faith. No faith at all.
So they played against the 76ers. I don't know if you watch any of those games, but Joel Embiid tried to pull Mitch Robinson down, and it was like right after he flopped. Like there was no foul there. He threw the ball up and he flailed, trying to get the call, and he got frustrated because he didn't get it. Joel's just a big baby. That's what he is. So he pulled you down. He should have got thrown out the game.
But what they got to do with them going all the way, James?
I didn't want the 76ers to win. I don't like the Knicks, so I don't want them to win, but that has nothing to do with why I don't think they're going to go. I don't think, one, Julius Randle was injured. That could be a good thing. Me personally, there's a statistic. I know I'm just still not answering the question. The 3 worst people when it comes to, I want to say plus minus. I think it's plus minus. And DeMar DeRozan, which sucks because I really like DeMar DeRozan. And Julius Randle's down there. And so, I mean, it may just be better. I wouldn't want Julius Randle on my team. But anyway, so the Knicks are doing well. I don't think they are going to... If they're not getting to the Celtics.
I don't know. With Porzingis being hurt, you never know.
I still think... So what? Who do the Knicks have at center? Mitch Robinson.
Well, the thing about it is, because the Knicks play hard and fast, and the Celtics, if their shots are not falling, they don't usually play that well. So if the Knicks just play good defense against them and force them to make a lot of bad shots or rush shots, I would say they have a chance.
They have Dante DiVincenzo, who I've always liked, and I remember there was another guy on the Bucks. So he was on the Bucks at one point. I want to say he was on the team when they won a championship, and there was another guy, Pat Connaughton. I really like both of them. But DiVincenzo it's a flamethrower. He be doing his thing, and
he does.
If they do make it, it's because of top. If they do make any kind of buzz, I would root for them. I would root for Tom Thibodeau and Dante DiVincenzo.
I mean, honestly, I don't see them getting past the Pacers, but at the end of the day, I ain't gonna say they don't have a chance. I don't know. And then in the West, it's gonna come down to OKC and Denver, because
you don't think the Timberwolves have a chance?
I don't know, man.
I mean, the Timberwolves have more playoff experience than the Thunder.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I just got a feeling that OKC is gonna make it to the West Finals.
I'd be okay with that. I really like Shea.
I do. I think it's just because I like the way they play together, and like with Timberwolves, they still seem to be like they play together defensively, but offensively, it still seems to be like it's just a lot of people who just happen to play well together.
They have Anthony Edwards and that man.
Hey, he's a beast, man.
Listen, he was every time. Yes, he was doing his thing. Like I don't. They don't get much TV time, and when they do, I mean, I don't really watch them because they're the Timberwolves.
They're in a small market.
Yeah, when I was watching them going against the Suns, Ant-Man was doing his thing.
It's crazy because you got the playoffs with no KD, no LeBron, no Steph, like no Jimmy Butler, which I mean he was hurt anyways. All the big dogs are getting knocked out, man.
So when that happened, I was like, are the Heat really, contenders? Like, are they like, can they do it with this roster? But they made it to the finals twice, so it's like I can't say they can't. But
they also had playoff Jimmy.
Yeah, it's like I know the undersized center, sure, Bam is Bam. But undersized center, and then your star is Jimmy Butler, and I'm not saying Jimmy is bad by any means, but he's not the typical superstar, and it's not a bad thing. I think he's okay. I'm going to say this, but I don't mean he's like a mini LeBron. Mm-hmm. LeBron isn't out there to be putting up these spectacular stats. He's there to make his team better. Mm-hmm. And Jimmy Butler is that just on a smaller degree, a smaller level.
He brings a lot of energy and whatever to the team when he's playing.
Mm-hmm. If he had, I mean, Bam is Bam. Like he's better than a lot of centers out there. He's not the best center, but if Jimmy had a different roster, different team. Nobody stands out on that team.
Not even Tyler Hero?
No, like he did his freshman season. Yeah, rookie. I don't know what that. He did his rookie season, but like ever since then, like he never really got back to that level.
I ain't gonna lie, I didn't know they had Kevin Love.
Yes. Yep.
And he looked old. He gray haired and everything.
And they were just talking about the stats. Like Kevin Love has never lost a series in the Eastern Conference. He lost this time.
Kevin Love is old.
That's what what's his name? Bradley Beal. I've never been swept.
It is what it is.
Yeah.
Well,
we can talk about basketball all day.
I can.
Yeah.
But we don't have all day.
I do have to go.
Well, guys.
Yeah.
He doesn't care about us. He's leaving us.
I'm always on call. And I haven't had to leave due to on call in a while.
So you a Ghostbuster now? Because who they going to call? You?
Yeah. Give me a second. I gotta think of the
This is your thinking, Dan?
Give me a second. The bathroom I must go. That will. I was trying to think of this. So that.
Give me a second.
I gotta build up the brain cells.
It's all good, James. Man, sometimes you just want to unzip people.
Oh my! Listen.
And crawl inside of them.
One day I'm going to finish that show. I think watching that show, I have realized that I'm more into fantasy instead of like real life kind of stuff. Even though like this is like a compelling. If the episodes weren't so long, like I could probably get through it.
I was gonna say, or if I hadn't told you, I don't know, that sounded wrong. If I hadn't told you it was real,
No, so like when I say fantastical things that like aren't realistic, so superheroes, Star Wars, stuff like not just. I didn't want to limit it to just sci-fi.
Gotcha.
But if it's just like, this guy down the street has a stalker, to me, like that's just everyday stuff, and I'm watching true crimes and body cam. So, but anyway, I do recognize like I enjoyed it. I gotta take my time with it.
Okay, I get that.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not gonna suggest other series then. All right.
The good thing is you didn't tell me how it ends. Like obviously, dude survives, so it's not like she's gonna kill him. But does she kill herself? Like that's where I'm at. Like I'm trying to figure out how this ends. Does she go to jail? We'll see. Don't say anything.
Why do you want to figure it out? Just
like,
let it happen.
Yeah, that's it. Watch the rest.
I'm just messing with you. I was just thinking about we was watching Shogun. You was like, I gotta see who's the Shogun.
Yeah, I'm not gonna look it up. I promise.
You can find us on Instagram, big and short of it all. Watching this YouTube show channel, big and short of it all. Like and subscribe.
Yes.
Really gotta start setting it up front. Cause that's a conversation.
I was gonna say we don't introduce the park.
We'll have that. We'll have. Oh, welcome to another episode. Big and short of it all.
Yeah.
You can find us on TikTok. Big and short of it all. You can find me Instagram DA_bear BEAR29. Yep.
I don't even talking to the mic because I mean usually when I'm anyway. You can find me on TikTok. No, you can't. What am I trying to say? You can find me. Thank you. This is my brain. You can find me on Instagram at HAPPEE__MILLOS. And you got everything else.
I did.
You got any last remarks?
I just challenge y'all to give me a classic Drake album.
There you go. I'll take it.
They probably won't have one though.